It's like a relay. I once did a mile relay. So.
I have two health-related questions.
Two health-related questions. Hold the mic close.
Okay, I have two health-related questions.
Where, are you from Asheville?
I'm from Asheville, very much.
Great.
Thank you. The first question is, Codex alimentarius is a threat on our supplements and our minerals and so on, and free use of those. Is this being addressed by you, or how do you feel about this? Is number one. Number two is, I work in the alternative health field, and a number of our clients come in being very sick from chemtrails in the sky, and we would like to know if this can be worked with.
First of all, the issue of health care, we want people to be able to take responsibility for their own health. I mean, that actually is where it begins. Not everyone is so lucky to be gifted with health, but for those who are, we know that what you put into yourself eventually has consequences. There is a cause and effect relationship. That health is the accumulation of all our practices. We understand that. Those who want to use vitamins, vitamin supplements, those who want to use alternative means of achieving health care, who want to take a step away from the allopathic practice, our health care plan permits them to do that. People need to be able to achieve health the way they think is best for themselves. That's number one. So there's an emphasis on prevention. I mean, I can tell you from my own experience. I use alternative medicine. If I'm feeling some kind of health problems, Chinese medicine I'll use. I've never discussed it before, but I'll share it with you. A couple of years ago, it's 2001, I think it was in April, I was rushing to a meeting at a hospital, and the steps, the wooden steps from the second to the first floor had been freshly waxed, and I was in my socks. Yes, like a hydroplane. I went airborne. And when I landed on my shoulder, it went down, down the stairs. Now I was on my way to an important meeting, okay? I could not be delayed from this meeting. My arm had gone out of the socket, okay? I thought I saw it in a movie, I don't know. But I put the arm approximate to the socket and I rammed into the door and went back in, okay? Yeah. Okay. Probably too much information, but let me tell you what I did. So, I go to the hospital to meet with the president of this hospital. A little bit after the meeting, I noticed my shoulder's feeling a little stiff, okay? Long story short, I had a tear of the glenoid cartilage. I found out through x-rays and everything. I did not want to have surgery. I went to a Chinese herbalist. Well, who told me, well, she couldn't help me, but she knew someone who could. Through an interpreter, explained what had happened. And the Chinese doctor said, through the interpreter, okay, we can fix it. So by taking herbs and putting a plaster on it, I figured, what the heck, it's either this or pay $20,000 to have a rotator cuff repaired. Long story short, 6 weeks later, cured a rotator cuff tear. Now, people are going to say, I'm telling you that I understand alternative medicine. I understand there's different pathways to health. And I understand that people should be given a chance to choose that. And they should not have to pay for it. If we have a national health care plan, they won't have to. Next question.
This is Congressman Kucinich, thank you for being here. I'm a student, I'm doing my master's right now in public affairs, and the more I learn about government, the more I realize that unless we do campaign reform, we're going to have all these lobbies, public interest, just continue running our government, which pretty much they're the ones who are doing it. And I was wondering, what do we have to do to start, changing the way we elect people to Congress and to Senate?
What's your name again?
Sandra.
Sandra. Okay. This question is so critical because what's the coverage about an election about for the last month? It's been about candidates raising $25 million Now, we might be led to believe that this is some kind of mass subscription, but when you look at the underlying realities, Wall Street, heavily involved. These hedge funds, which are an unregulated source of capital, heavily involved. Defense contractors, heavily involved. We already have the suspicion that we have the worst government money can buy, and we don't want to change the worst government money can buy for a slightly better government money can buy, because any government money can buy is not a government of the people. So what does that mean? What follows from there? What follows from there is pretty clear. I'm not for, generally I don't like just launching into constitutional initiatives that easily. But I think that in the case of the influence of money on our society and on our politics, the only way we really reclaim our politics is to have a constitutional amendment that says only public financing, no private financing at all. I know there are people out there saying, well, I don't want my taxpayers being used, money's being used for that. Well, you know what? When private interests buy the government, $2.8 trillion a year is used for the private interest over trumping the public interest every time. So the only real way we do it, because of the Supreme Court decision, Buckley versus Vallejo, which equated free speech with money, the only way that we effectively bring about a change, some states are doing it with clean elections. It covers state law, but the only way we do it on the federal level is to change the Constitution. That's the only effective way we're going to do it, because there's so many loopholes otherwise. So now, in the meantime, what about our campaign? This campaign is truly a campaign that depends upon great masses of people. In the last election, I think we had the most, we had the most small donor contributors of any candidate. We raised about $13 million in the last campaign. Part of that came from public funding. A lot of it, most of it, came over the internet and from people mailing in. I just want to tell you something. I don't need to compete dollar for dollar with these other candidates at all. Because our way of campaigning is really engaging people to go door to door, precinct to precinct, ward to ward, city to city. That's how we win. But we do need to be able to have money to help organize. Let me tell you what happened over the last couple of days. How many of you saw the debates? Okay. Well, after the debate, we had a tremendous amount of people coming to our website offering help. It requires that we get more people involved so that we can handle the traffic, because it's just the campaign starting to take off. We need resources to do that. We have a great volunteer staff. We also have to build our paid staff. So I'm asking you, to the extent that you're able to, help us with that. I mean, this is a campaign that relies on you. So the solution is not just changing the Constitution. The solution is getting more people involved, getting more small donors involved, uniting this country along principles of honesty and integrity, and of programs that relate directly to the public interest. Thank you. Let's go to the next question.
My name is Steve, and I'm from Tennessee. I just wanted to thank you for being the only candidate to speak about the issues that we care about. Thank you for being the only candidate with the courage to speak out for us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Volunteers for children. I love that. Thanks again. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Next question.
Yeah, I'm a registered nurse, and it's my absolute conviction that the negative consequences caused by the drug marketplace as a result of our modern prohibition are far worse than the medical consequences of the use of these targeted drugs themselves. So I would like to hear your comments on